Hello, St. Peter's. Welcome back for our summer reading adventures. This is already number 3. We're in our second week of summer reading adventures, and boy, what a beautiful sunny summer day we have today. My friends are out here lounging on their lounge chair. We have Ralph, Daisy's here, Magic Monkey sitting up here, and over here we have the Pig of Joy with our new friend Douglas, the squirrel. And of course we have our jar of joy so we can spread some joy when we're all settled and done. So let's see what we have in our adventure pack today. Don't forget, always have your water bottle. It's getting warmer as the day goes on. All right, here's my book for the day. Oh, there's paper inside. I think I'll show you that in just a little bit. First, we're going to read the story. So, who's ready for a story? Me too. Are you guys ready? All right, let's get ready for our story. Let's turn up our ears so we're ready to listen. Turn off our mouths so we don't make a sound. Put your hands quietly in your lap. Take a nice big deep breath. And now we're ready for our story. I love this one, and it's gonna give us so much fun to do after we get inspired by our friend Rufus here. This story is called Rufus the Writer, and it is by Elizabeth Bram and Chuck Gronick. Rufus the Writer. I know so many of you are writers as well. Let's see what Rufus does. Here we go. Rufus was watching a cloud shaped like a cushion turn into a cat when the idea first came to him. "I'm not going to have a lemonade stand this summer," he said. "I'm going to have a story stand." I've never heard of that before. Then he ran into the house to gather pencils and paper and markers. Now you can see he's setting up his story stand. First, he drags out a table, and he puts on a red tablecloth. Then he's writing some letters here and hanging them up, and it says stories. Then he goes and gets a chair for him to sit on. He gathers his paper and his pencils and his markers. He runs back inside, and look at that, he changes into a little jacket and a bow tie. I guess that's how he likes to write. He likes to wear that when he writes. Soon, Millie and Walter came by. Do you like our outfits?" said Millie. "We decided to wear only our favorite colors." "Cool," said Rufus. "Do you like my story stand?" "Awesome," said Walter. So it looks like Walter's favorite color is yellow, and Millie's favorite color is red. "Want to come swimming with us?" asked Millie. "I can't," said Rufus. "I've got a story stand to run." "Okay," said Walter. "I'll take one story, please. How much?" Just bring me a special shell from the beach," said Rufus. After they left, Rufus wrote his first story. Orange is the best color. Red and yellow got married and had a baby named Orange. When Orange got big and went to school, he met lots of other colors. Purple and green became his best friends. Orange was so popular, he got voted best color by the other students. And that is how we came to know that orange is the best color. So what color do you think is Rufus's favorite? Orange, right. And he got inspired because they were wearing their favorite colors. Let's see who comes along next. Rufus was illustrating the story when Sandy walked up with a big box. "Hey, Rufus," he said. "Guess what? Rainbow had kittens." "Wow," said Rufus. "I'll trade you a story for that cute little black cat, that cute little black one." "Oh, you could have her for free," said Sandy. "Oh, she's worth a lot more than that," replied Rufus. "Come back later and I'll have your story." Then Rufus began to write. What do you think this story will be about? A cat, I bet too. Good job. The Wallet and the Cat. One day, Henry was walking home and he saw a wallet lying on the sidewalk. Since he collected old wallets, he picked it up and looked inside. $5 million fell out. Whoa. Henry took the wallet and the money to the police station, but nobody claimed it. So he put the money in the bank. Then he took out $1 million and bought a kitten. Henry named the kitten Misty, and he never played with his wallet collection again. Whoa, $5 million. That was a nice story. Let's see who comes along next. While Rufus was illustrating his story, do you remember what illustrating means? We talk about it a lot. Right, illustrating is drawing the pictures, like all of these pictures. So you can write the words, that's what the author does, and then when you illustrate them, you are the illustrator drawing the pictures. Good job. So while Rufus was illustrating his story, his little sister Annie brought out her tea set and began pouring tea for her dolls. "Want to play tea party?" she asked. "Oh, sorry, Annie," said Rufus. "I'm busy working." "Okay, maybe tomorrow," said Annie, "when it's my birthday." Oh, right, Rufus remembered, and now he knew just what to give her. This is Annie's birthday story. Look how cute. Annie and the Dancing Teapot. Annie could not pour the tea because the teapot and the cups would not stop dancing. "I want to be a teapot too," she said. Quick, 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 Annie jumped onto the table and shrank to the size of a teacup. She had fun talking to the teacups while they all danced. But when it came time to pour the tea, Annie was too small to do it. She huffed and puffed until she was very thirsty. Quick, quick, quick. Annie jumped off the table and became big again. Then she drank the tea all up. All that tea filled her up, didn't it? That was a nice birthday story. Just as Rufus was illustrating his new story, Sarah walked by. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Oh, I'm writing stories for my stand," said Rufus. "Would you like one?" Yes," Sarah replied. "Can it be about buttons?" "Sure," said Rufus. "How much will it cost?" "Whatever you think," said Rufus. "Surprise me." "Okay," said Sarah, and she ran off to figure out what to trade for Rufus's story. This is the story Rufus wrote. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Daddy is a button, and I'm a baby button. We live in a house made of buttons. Big buttons, little buttons, shiny buttons, buttons, buttons. We have a button tree and a button cat. We eat off button plates on a button table. We have buttons on our buttons, and buttons on the buttons on our buttons, and buttons on the buttons on the buttons on our buttons. Whoa, that's a lot of buttons. The sun was sinking in the sky when Millie and Walter came by with Rufus's shell. "I love it," said Rufus as he put it to his ear. That's a cool blue shell. And next, Sandy came by and handed Rufus the little black kitten. "I'm going to name her Misty," said Rufus, and handed Sandy his story. Sarah skipped over carrying a big bouquet of flowers. She gave it to Rufus in exchange for his story. "Oh, these look just like your buttons," he said. "Thank you." Now everyone's reading their stories. While everybody was reading, Annie said, "I wish I had a story too." You do, said Rufus. Then he gave her the early birthday present. This is my best present ever, said Annie. Can you read it to me? Of course, said Rufus. And he did. And suddenly, look, we have all the buttons from the button story, even the sun. We have the tea set, the teapot and the teacups. Over here we have the fish from the color story. And we have the kitten from the wallet and the cat story. And they're all reading their books. The end. Isn't that a cool story? So I've heard of lemonade stands. As a matter of fact, I think Scarlett and her Girl Scouts had a lemonade stand not too long ago. But have you ever thought about a story stand? Wow. And his friends sure had some cool things to give him in exchange for those stories. So he didn't really take any money. But wow, did he have a lot of ideas. Now, he didn't just make them up. They all came from things that happened with the people that he talked to. So it became personal, like the colors for Millie and Walter, and the button story for Millie, and the birthday story about the teacups for Annie because she loved having tea parties. So that's what's really cool about Rufus's stories, is they became personal to the people that he wrote them for. So I thought, why don't we write a story? I mean, so many of you write stories for the library already. Braden and Joshua and Madden and Matthew and Scarlett. Oh, so many. Tino's written a story. Rosalind's written a story. So many of you have written me stories. Benjamin's written stories. So that other kids could enjoy them in the library. I thought, why not? We have extra time in the summer because we don't have any other schoolwork to do, that we could come up with some really fun summer stories. And it's so easy. Some people write longer stories than others, and some are kind of short, and all you need is some paper. Or if you don't have big paper, if you have a little notebook, you could just write little stories in your notebook. That would be a good idea. Now, sometimes if you're like, but I don't know what to write about, take your little notebook and just look around. So right now, I see trees, so maybe I could write a story about trees. I'm going to write that down. I see a big backyard. Oh, that would have lots of adventures. Big backyard. What else do I see? I see my friends. I could write a story about that. So even if you just look around at the things around you, write those down, and then when you get a good idea, you could write a story about them. So guess what? I wrote a story that I'll share with you. Now, all I did was take some paper and folded it in half, like that, right? So it looks like this. And I did that with a couple pieces of paper. So in my story, the cover page is a big one, like this. And then I folded 2 more pieces in half and just lined them up. So then if you have a stapler, when you're all done, you can staple it like this. But the thing is, I did it like this, one at a time, because that way, if I filled all of this one up, and then I filled all this one up and I still wasn't finished, I could add another piece into my book without having to start all over. Because if you just stack a bunch of papers up and fold it in half, you don't have any more pages. It's hard to add pages. So fold each one in half, one at a time, and then stick them inside the big one, and it'll be a little bit better. So would you like to see my book? Well, if you look back here, do you see those bird feeders back there? That was the inspiration for my book, because there is a squirrel in my backyard that always wants to eat with the birds so much, and they figured out a way to do it. It's crazy. He's like an acrobat. So I wrote a story about that squirrel, and I named him Simon. So I wrote my title, Simon the Squirrel, and then in parentheses I put bird, because does he think he's a bird? Is that why he's on there? And on my cover, I just made a little picture of Simon the squirrel. There he is. I haven't had a chance to color my illustrations yet, so we'll do that a little bit after I read you my story. So actually down here, I should put my name. You always put your name. And if you're doing your own illustrations, you could write written and illustrated by and your name. Maybe you love to draw pictures and your sister or brother love to write the words. So then they would be the author and you would be the illustrator. Or maybe you love to write the words, then you would be the author, and your brother and sister might help you draw pictures and they could be illustrators with you. So you could all do it together. All right, let's see Simon and the squirrel bird. Here is my story. So all I did is I used a pencil. I hope you can see it. It's kind of sunny today, but I'll read it to you. So I used a pencil to write my words down. That way, in case I needed to change my words, I could erase them easily. Now, when you're all finished with your story, you could go back over it with a marker or a pen if you want to make it look darker, once you know those are the words that you want to keep, okay? So here's how it goes. There once was a squirrel named Simon. He loved watching the birds eat from the bird feeders in his yard. There were robins, cardinals, blue jays, and songbirds. And so I drew a little picture down there of the bird feeders with some birds. So there's one flying in, there's some sitting and eating. So when I color those in, a cardinal is red, so maybe I'll make one of them red. Blue jays are blue. So it'll have a lot more detail. I could show you that next time. Well, whoops. See, I need to staple this so my pages don't fall out. He thought it would be great fun if he could have lunch with the birds. So, one sunny day, Simon politely asked if he could eat from the bird feeders too. The birds laughed at him. So he said, "Hey guys, may I join you for lunch?" And the birds are like, "Ha, that's hilarious. You're not a bird." So I put those bubbles around so you can tell which one is saying which word. And then this little guy down here, he says, "You birds are being so mean." So he didn't like that those other birds were laughing just because he asked to come to lunch. But one little robin wanted to help Simon. Maybe if she taught Simon how to act more like a bird, the others would let him eat with them. So down here, she's trying to teach Simon how to fly. So she says, "Try flapping your wings like this." Look at how hard Simon's working. He's sweating. And he says, "Oh, am I doing it?" Is he doing it? No, he's a squirrel. He's not going to be able to do it. But I love how he's trying so hard. So, of course, Simon was a squirrel. He was not able to fly. Simon knew he was a good climber. Maybe if he climbed up and perched like the birds, he could join them for lunch. So here he goes. He's climbing up. Ouch! He hit his head. And little Robin says, "Oh no!" Simon climbed up and soon bumped his head. There was a squirrel guard on the pole. Oh, it was no use. He'd never get to eat with the birds. So that little thing right there, that's to stop the squirrels from crawling up and getting the bird food. But he didn't realize that was there. So he can't go through it. It's too hard. It hurts his head. Simon was very sad. See, he's crying now. Even the other birds felt bad. They all wanted to help Simon now. So now they're encouraging him. So the birds around him are saying, "We'll find a way," or "Don't give up." And these guys are saying, "We believe in you." So even though Simon is sad, now the other birds are like, "Come on, maybe you can do it." Now they want him to come help. Now they want to help him come for lunch. So the encouragement from the other birds made Simon feel better, and he was more determined than ever to figure this out. Simon stopped crying, took a deep breath, and looked around for something to help him get up to the feeders. Suddenly he had an idea. Maybe instead of trying to climb up the pole, he could jump down onto it. Quickly, he scurried up the side of the garage. So here he is. Here he's first, and he's scurries up there, and then he's on the roof. To get to the roof, Simon looked down. Oh, he was nervous. He stopped, closed his eyes and listened to his new friends cheering him on. "Come on, Simon, you can do it!" Because he's probably scared. It's kind of high from that garage. Do you think he's gonna do it? You're gonna find out. He was ready. With all the courage he could muster, Simon opened his eyes and took a giant leap off the roof, and he made it. From that day on, Simon met his bird friends for lunch every day. So this picture shows him like a big picture of Simon just jumping off the roof. And then he lands on the bird feeder right there. And they're like, "Great job, you did it!" And now he gets to eat lunch with his bird friends. The end. That's what really happens in my yard. That squirrel climbs up, there's like a wooden post next to my garage, climbs up the post, gets on the roof, and jumps over a big, great leap over to the top of the bird feeder, and then he holds on real tight, and he swings around for a little bit, and then it settles down, and he can go down and eat the bird feeder. Now, in real life, sometimes when he jumps like that, it shakes everything, so all the birds fly away. But eventually, even if he's up there, they're so used to him by now, they just come and eat too. They're all friends back here. Isn't that fun? So maybe there's something that happens, maybe there's something someone in your family does all the time that you could write a story about. Or maybe there's a certain toy that you love and you can make an adventure about that toy. Whatever you like to do, take your time. And you don't even have to finish it in one day. I didn't finish mine. I still have a lot of coloring to do to finish my illustrations. I'm going to show you those next time. So it's okay if you don't finish it all today. Maybe you'll get your ideas today and start writing it. And then whenever you need a little break to either cool down or it's raining outside, you can get back to your story. A lot of authors don't write a story in one day. So just do the best you can. I thought it was a really fun idea to look for something to inspire me to write a story. So I challenge you to do the same. All right, how about we fill in our summer reading log, because we just finished our third adventure. Now, Rufus had a cat. We do have a tiger. Let's color in the tiger. What color should we make him? How about orange? Orange was Rufus's favorite color, right? Let's see if I have orange. Here it is, orange. Orange was Rufus's favorite color, and he loved his cat. So we're gonna color in this tiger right here. Let me get this book for a background. We're gonna color in our tiger. He already has a black stripe, so we just need to add the orange. And you can color right over top of the black stripes because they're already printed on there, so it won't bother them. Even his feet can be orange. Here we go, coloring his feet. He's got a little patch of on his chest there. You can leave that white if you want. I'm not gonna color that, but if you want to color it orange, that's okay too. I'm gonna color around his eyes because I don't think his eyeballs would be orange. And I'm gonna color around his triangle nose because maybe we'll make his nose pink. And I'll color a little bit around his ears, and then I'll leave a little bit of that for pink too. So then let's get out a pink crayon. Here's my pink one. And then we can finish it up, and we can color his nose pink, and we can color inside of his ears a little bit pink. There he is. There's our tiger. So we've done a monkey and a bird like Igor and a tiger in orange, Rufus's favorite color. Wow, 3 done already. So I'm gonna put my crayons away because I don't wanna lose any of them. I need those to illustrate my book, right? All right, we're gonna tuck that back in our adventure pack so we have it for next time. We'll put our book away. So there's only one thing left to do. Let's spread some joy. Where are you, Joy? Come on over. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Douglas. Why don't you come with us too? I tipped him over by accident. I don't want you to, since our story was about a squirrel, Douglas can help us spread some joy today too. How about that? All right, oh, I don't know where to put them. Here, we'll put them in my lap. Here's our jar, let's shake it up. We have so many new ones in here. I wonder what we'll pick out today. Do you want to do it today, Douglas? He's looking in there. What are we going to pick out? All right. It's always nice to have new friends. This one says, tell someone you're special. This is from a student, but they didn't put their name on it. They did this at school. Tell someone they're special. Guess what? You are so special. I am so excited to see what stories you come up with. Even if you just take a picture of your cover or your title and put it in the comments so that I can see what you have started. You could even bring them back to school in the fall, and I will let everyone share their stories at library time. That would be amazing. You guys are so special to me. That's why we do this, because we miss you over the summer and we want to share some adventures with you, even though we can't see all of you. So that is a great way to spread some joy, right guys? All right, boys and girls, that's all I have for today. So a book is a big thing. It's okay if you don't get it finished today. And maybe you don't have time to start it today, but there will be times when you think, oh, I'm so bored. That's your time to write a story. I can't wait to see what the titles and stories you come up with. And make people feel so good today by telling them how special they are, just like you. All right, we will see you again on Thursday. So until next time, boys and girls, keep spreading your joy.